Hi everybody, Bob with Knivestown here. Today we've got a Fallkniven knife to look at. This is one of the Northern Lights series, and this is the NL5 that we're looking at. I believe this is the smallest one of that series. And this is really a hunting knife. It's a hunter skinner type knife. It arrives in bubble wrap. And comes in its own sheath. Let's get a close up there. The sheath is folded back here at this point to make the belt loop, and it's a drop-in style, except it does have a loop fastener. Take a closer look at the sheath before we move on. It's nice leather, nice and heavily stitched. If you're familiar with Fallkniven, you know the quality that this company makes, and the sheaths are certainly on par with the quality of knives. There's a symbol there embossed. That's a Viking helmet with a sword behind it, and you can see that stitching there along the edge. You can see how that's made. It's just good quality. It is riveted up here. It's good thick leather, good heavy snap. It fits in just the one way. Rides at your side like that. Alright, let's take a look at the knife here. Like I say, it's a hunter knife, and it's got that familiar hunter knife type shape to it. To give you some technical specs, that blade is 3.9 inches, and that is made of a laminated VG10 and 420J2 steels. VG10 being the inner core that forms the edge, and the 420J2 is the outer shell. Laminate steel has been proven over and over again that it's better than just a solid piece. That's a great way of making a knife. The thickness of that is 5 millimeters thick, so that's a good thick knife there. And if you look closely, you can see the laminate lines there. You can see the sandwich steel there. 5 millimeters thick. Overall weight is the weight is 6.3 ounces, and the overall length is 8.4 inches. This handle here is your standard stacked leather handle, and it has been resin impregnated, so it's just as hard as wood, and it's impervious to oils, water, solvents, anything like that. That'll last just for years and years. It is a convex grind on the blade, and if you know about that, that's a little bit harder to make. Most of the knives out there on the market are not made with a convex grind because it's harder to make. It comes down to a point like that. It rolls to an edge like that, and it does make it a little bit harder to resharpen. But it can be done at home using different techniques. But the beauty of it is that it doesn't need to be resharpened as often as, say, a flat grind or a hollow grind, and it is a stronger edge as well. I mean, it can be made just razor sharp, but it still keeps the strength that you don't get out of the hollow grinds, or even a flat grind, really. I mean, the convex is the strongest edge, yet it can be made comparably sharp as the others. So it's an excellent outdoor knife grind to have. It'll stay sharp for a long time. You've got that laminated steel there to give you the best of both worlds. That laminated steel, it gives you the hard edge on the at the cutting edge. Gives you the hard steel at the cutting edge, and then the softer steel around. Laminating steel actually it does two things. It makes it it gives it better resilience, but it also makes it more resistant to bending. So it's a tougher, a harder steel also. And if you look at Fallkniven's website, they even mentioned that it gives a 20% strength increase over just a solid VG10 blade. So it's very, very good advantage there with laminated steel. This knife does come with a finger guard here to keep your hand safe. Then we'll get a close-up on that handle. It does have a slight palm swell when you come to the middle of it here. Right there at that center ring, there are some decorative spacers here at the front and middle and rear of the knife. And right here in the middle is where it does swell out slightly in this direction as well as in this direction. So there is a bit of a palm swell there right in the middle. It terminates with a aluminum butt cap and a lanyard hole. Let's get a close-up on that blade. That's as good as we're going to get there. That says Idun, I-D-U-N there on the blade. It's just a continuation of the Norse mythological creatures. Idun being the goddess of spring who guards the magical apples that keep the gods eternally young. Just for trivia there. But there you can see the laminate line, and this steel here at the outer edge is the VG10, and then the steel on the side is the 420 J2. Really good combination there. Look how well done it is. Look how evenly that line is. There's no variation. It's absolutely even all the way throughout. It's got a good strong point on it. It's got a satin finish on the blade. It's really beautiful. There's a lot of light refracting off the blade here, but it's really just, it's a very muted and a very attractive finish they've got on the blade. That's a hunting and skinning. I mean, you can see how it's got the belly here for field dressing. It has just the traditional look of a field use knife. Rockwell hardness is 59. That's the Fallkniven NL5. Comes with the knife and a very nice leather sheath. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you again.